Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message and I want to talk to you guys about ageism. Ageism is just prejudice or discrimination against someone because of their age. And now we see a surge of this. We see a surge of people talking to and even treating and judging a particular person due to their age. Now let me break something down before I get to the bottom line of this video message. It is very true and it has been proven that depending on what age you are, your reasoning, your logic, your behavior, and your way of thinking, or even the level of your thinking, it plays a part in how old you are. Scientists say, and it's even been biologically proven, that before a human being hits 25, they are not fully developed in their brain. And so that would explain why younger people are judged, or they are dismissed, or they are looked over, because when they show their age or when they tell their age, older people don't take them seriously because they understand that their brain is not fully developed. Now, I personally do believe, in spite of what scientists say and in spite of what has been biologically proven, I do believe that people who are under the age of 25, you will come across some that are highly intelligent, and they are extremely emotionally intelligent, and they are very mature. It is a given that you will come across young people that are in their early 20s or in their mid 20s, and I'm going to just say it. I know some people are going to get offended, but I'm going to say it. They are doing so much better in life than people in their 30s, 40s, or even 50s. And that's just real talk. Now, I'm not talking about the age of someone who is under the age of 25 to excuse or justify bad behavior. I'm just trying to get to a point here. And so the point that I'm really making is that all human beings deserve respect. They deserve respect. They deserve honor. And when you put somebody in a category and you make a personal choice to treat them a certain type of way strictly based off their age, especially when you have not had a personal bad experience with them, then you can be looked at as a very mean person, a very ignorant person, or a very uneducated person. You have to give people a chance to disappoint you. You have to give people a chance to prove to you that they don't deserve to be given the benefit of the doubt. And when you categorize people based off their ages, and you want to discriminate against them, and you want to talk to them a certain type of way, or you don't feel like when they speak that it's of importance, that is really something that you need to look at within yourself. You really need to start looking at that, because aging is a blessing. And when you get older, you are able to overlook your life, and you are able to look back over the course of your life, and you see the stages you have been at in your life. You see the times when you were immature. You see the times when you were not able to be reasoned with. You see the times when you desired particular things or even particular types of people. And once you grew up, once you got older, once you matured in your age, the things that you were drawn to, the things that you were attracted to, the things that you were desiring, and the things that you wanted, it completely changes as you get older. Some people, you were a hothead all of your life, but once you hit a particular age, you have learned to be more silent. You have learned to be more private. You have learned to be quiet in situations, because you understand you don't always have to give a rebuttal in every situation. You don't always have to explain yourself to people or in every situation. It's not required. And sometimes you come to the realization as you age, once you hit your 30s, once you hit your 40s, once you're in your 50s, for the most part, those age groups, they are set in their ways. And many of us understand that sometimes giving a rebuttal or breaking down an explanation of something, it is truly a waste of time. It's truly a waste of time. But it's disturbing now because with ageism, and I'm gonna even throw in zodiac signs, people are really, really believing, and it's scary, that the zodiac sign determines who someone is. People literally believe the month and the season someone was born in determines if they're meant to be your husband or wife. It determines how someone's sexual performance is going to be in the bedroom, or it determines who you should and shouldn't connect to simply based off the month or the season someone was born in. This is really not any different from people with ageism. In the workplace, and I have to throw this out there, a lot of people were talking about middle-aged women. They were talking about middle-aged women on a video I made about you don't owe your coworkers anything. And people said that their bad experiences that they have in the workplace were coming from middle-aged women who were bitter or who were miserable. And they would try to make their life a living hell. And so a lot of people were coming to me with questions, and they wanted me to break down why there are some middle-aged women well into their 40s, or women that are older in their 50s or maybe early 60s. Why are they that way? Why do they mistreat the younger people, or why do they battle jealousy? I talked about it a little bit, but I'm gonna throw something out there really quick because I don't want to spend a lot of time there. Older women, sometimes they will be jealous of a younger woman because they have more opportunities, or they just have opportunities, period, that older woman did not have. A lot of older women, because I've talked to older women that are in their late 40s, they're in their early to mid or late 50s and 60s, and they are hurt because when they were young, when they were maybe in their early 40s, when they were in their late to mid 30s, or even some of them when they were in their 20s, they had a very hard life. They had a parent that was absent in the home, or they had a parent that struggled with drugs. They had a parent that struggled with alcohol. They grew up poor. They had a man that broke their heart. A lot of older women that you talk to that are in their 50s or they're in their 60s, they were in relationships with a man for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and that man really hurt them. That man cheated on them, or that man really betrayed them. And so they look up and they see that they are an older age, and they wasted so much time with that one particular man, and half of their life is pretty much over. It doesn't mean that they're going to die, but opportunities that they would have, or things that they would be able to do when they were more physically able to do them, they probably cannot do them now. That's not every older woman's story, because if you all look on the internet, there are women who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they look like they're in their 30s or 40s. They still have a head full of hair, beautiful skin, they're very slender, they go to the gym, and some are plus size, but they look good and they are high energy. So it also boils down to how well someone is taking care of themselves. But I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, because this topic of ageism, sometimes it will, in small settings, it will determine how someone conducts themselves. But I want you all to understand and know that if you are mistreating someone or talking down to someone, or you have not personally gotten the opportunity to get to know someone, if you do find out their age, don't act funny towards them or mistreat them or even reject them simply because of their age. because you may have the time of your life or develop the best friendship or connection with someone, and they happen to be older than you. You know what? I want you all to pay attention to something, because this happens a lot. You may be around someone in work, at work, I'm sorry, or you may have sparked up a conversation with someone in the grocery store or someone in church in the kingdom of God, and you all just had a connection. It was just a weird connection, nothing sexual, nothing inappropriate. You guys just vibe with each other. You're laughing, you're talking about your life, you're talking about your kids, whatever it is you're discussing. And then one day it gets to the point that person, or you may ask them, how old are you? How old are you? And let's just say you're an older man or woman, and that person is in their 20s, early or mid 20s, and you tell them you're in your 40s, early, mid, or late 40s, or you tell them you're in your 50s. If you pay attention, okay, or even if you in your 30s or whatever, if you tell that person that's in their 20s your age, I'm almost certain that they started to act funny towards you and pull back. It is the weirdest thing. They don't even care anything else about the connection that you may have genuinely had with them, where you guys were laughing, you were talking about life, you were talking about things you like to do after church or after work, you talked about your kids, you talked about your upbringing. But the minute that the conversation and the topic of age comes up, that younger person will start to act funny towards you. You come in to work and they looking at you upside your head, or when they talk to you, if it started off where they may have been cursing, oh, I'm sorry, let me watch my mouth. Or they don't talk about certain things that they used to talk about. Now, I do understand, I respect it. If you come across somebody that is in their 20s and they don't feel comfortable just freely, comfortably cursing and saying certain things, that is a sign of respect. So it's nothing for you to be upset about. But I am more so like this. I like people to be themselves. I like people to be themselves authentically. So even though I know you respect me as a woman of God, if that is who you are, you got to understand, coming from my end, I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to shape and mold you into who I want you to be. Now, I will tell someone something or give them tips and pointers to be an inspiration to them, and I will tell them, hey, if you do this differently, you're going to get this result. I'll do things like that. But coming in and demanding that someone who is younger acts like me, thinks like me, believes in what I believe in, I don't come off like that in the beginning. And I personally don't feel that you should either, if you are an older person. All I'm saying to you guys, that this whole zodiac sign thing and this whole ageism thing, we have got to stop categorizing people and putting people in a box based off their age. In different settings, in different scenarios, in different situations, age does play a part. But what I'm saying is that in your everyday walk of life, you are going to meet all types of people. You're going to meet people of all different races, all different ages, all different religions, all different backgrounds. But if you are cool with them, if you vibe with them, if you have good laughs with them, just take it for what it is. Don't make it deep. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it deep. Don't make it complicated. It's okay if you connect with someone who is older than you, young people, and it's okay if you connect with somebody younger, older people. I think this is a time and a season where all of us, we need to clean up our act, and we need to change our attitude and our outlook and our perspective on various things. Ageism is one of them. Ageism is a very major thing in this time and in this era and in this season. You never know who you will meet that's younger or older, and they can possibly change your life. And you know what? It's sad because there are so many older people who are in their 30s and 40s and 50s, and instantly when they see a younger person, a 17-year-old, a 18-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 23, a 24, or a 25-year-old, they will automatically have anger towards them. They will automatically have reservations towards them. They form conjectures about them. They have not gotten to, the opportunity to get to know them. They have not given them a chance to show who they are. But then, real talk, there are so many older people who have come across a 21 or a 22 or a 24-year-old, and they may be the manager or a supervisor of a big company or a well-known company, and they give you an opportunity as an older man or woman, and it's life-changing for you. You may meet a teenager that's 16 or 17 or 18, and they are very mature, and they see you're sick, they see you need help, and their heart is touched to come and help you. You may be the older woman who's injured in your home, or you a struggling single mom, and you come across that 16 or 17-year-old, and they go and do grocery shopping for you. They come and they mow your lawn. They help you do laundry. Just like there are older people. A lot of you young people, you have to stop shaming older people. You have to stop trying to make them feel guilty because they're living their life. Let me tell you all something if you didn't know. None of us are getting any younger. Every day we are aging. Every day we are getting older. But if God has allowed you a significant amount of time to be on this earth, that means that your purpose has not been fulfilled. That means that he has more for you to do. That means that you have so much more inside of you to offer the world. Just stop with the ageism. Just stop believing and thinking that someone's zodiac sign determines if they should be in your life, or you should marry them, or it proves that the month and the season they were born in, it means that they're going to be bomb in bed. It's so disappointing, the ignorance of people now. And I don't care if I'm the only one that speaks out about it. I'm going to continue to talk about these things. I am going to continue to bring them to the forefront. I am going to continue to make these very taboo or hard conversations the topic. We gotta stop. It doesn't matter if it's an older woman that falls in love with a man that's younger. I know a lot of you all, you call them cougars, but there are people that have 15 and 20, 30 and even 40-year age gaps between them, and they are having the time of their life. To be honest, if we're fair, why is the big large age gaps acceptable in Hollywood, but everyday normal regular people like you and I, we get judged for it? I'm including all of us that are just regular everyday people. If one of you all are young, say you're 22 or 25 and you want to date someone that's 32. Even if you're 22 and you want to date somebody that's 28, there is somebody out here that would shame that 28-year-old man or woman for wanting to date somebody that's 21 or 22. And that's not even a real big age gap. There are people out here that would shame a 40-year-old woman for wanting to date or getting married to a 30-year-old or a 35-year-old. I'm going to tell you all, if somebody is of age, they are of legal age, and they're 21 and up, because I told you all, I don't believe somebody is grown at 18. You're still a teenager, 18 and 19. But in your state, if they are of legal age, and I'm not even talking about the age of sexual consent, I'm just talking about they are of legal age where they can live on their own and they can make their own decisions. If they fall in love or they want to date somebody, if they're 18 or 19 and they're 25, the person that they want to date or even marry, You have got to mind your own business. You have got to keep your opinions to yourself. As I grow older, I am just starting to have a different outlook on a lot of things. We become so judgmental about other people's situations, and we're not even in their shoes or living their situation. But I remember something my father said to me, and I got to tell you all this before I end the video message. I remember my father said to me, he died in 2015, and he was 62 years old. And I remember my father said to me, he said, you know what, daughter, I do want to get remarried one day, but now I'm not going to be as picky as I used to be when I was your age. He said, when you get my age, when you get up in your 60s, you're not going to be picky and so judgmental and really big on looking at the outward appearance. At my age, you're going to just want somebody that's breathing. And when my father said that to me, I cracked up laughing. It was hilarious to me. It was hilarious to me. But to this day, this is what, 8 years later after his death, it sits with me. It sits with me. And I'm not in my 50s or 60s. Okay? But I think about when I get up in those age ranges, those older age ranges, where would I be emotionally or mentally? Would I be more open to just, okay, if I'm not remarried, dating someone that is younger or dating someone that is not necessarily my type? I think you should think about that too. The whole point I'm making is that, guys, you can have great friends. You can have the time of your life in a beautiful, God-ordained marriage or relationship. You can have beautiful, appropriate, and pure connections with people no matter what their age is. We got to stop with the ageism. And I sprinkled a little bit of the zodiac sign too, because y'all got to stop. I don't believe in that. It's demonic. I've told you all about that, but I know a lot of the people who follow me, you all believe that. You believe in zodiac signs. You wholeheartedly believe that the season someone is born in, that determines the type of person that they are. But I'm here to tell you, a human is a human is a human. The way a man or a woman acts, that is their personality. They act that way because they choose to act that way, or because certain things in their life have happened and it's caused them to have a certain type of conduct or a certain level of thinking. They are at a certain place emotionally because of trauma or just various things across the board. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I am not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.